Okay, we're gonna do grounded. Let's see if we can make it through 2 encounters.
Let's head out.
They do have separate hideouts. That's fun. Cool. We start with pistol. That's basically it. But I hate Home Depot. Meh. 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 Oh my god. Trippy, 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 trippy. Is that it? We have a pistol. And... right, it is just 3 enemies though. Wait, she starts with the hammer. She starts with the hammer. I should have gone towards this supply cache. Can you cheese it? Can you box it? No, you can't. God, that's funny. I am amused. This is really unlikely. Fuck this place. Looting, 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 looting.
Done.
Looting. Loot, 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 loot. I'm already an Affy percent. Speedrunner. Yes. I don't think there's pluses or minuses. I think they're just flat scores. So S has got to be the best. All right, one more encounter and then we get Lev. Parts, supplements, currency. Probably a little bit of interplay between like seeing what's available and then what you maybe take Okay, so you can get heal on melee hit innately. That's kind of cool. Sure. And then we never play as another character ever again. Silencer recipe. I feel like my tendency to want to stealth things and go like quiet maybe isn't really gonna work out for me. We will definitely get the shotgun. That's inefficient. I think I just hold on to this money. I don't really have the capacity to craft anything else except medkits with this stuff yet, so let's just do that. Alright, what we got? Brewery. Or seraphites at the shipping yard. God, brewery sounds tough. And it's hunted? I think I'd rather do assault. Increased enemy health. It gives you close quarters and it gives you survival. Gives you a shit ton of money. Gives you 30 coins. Let's do this. I guess I can also check. God, it's gonna be so weird. Abby and Jackson. Ooh, there's a restaurant. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to shipping yard. Brewery. Brew. Oh, it starts at nighttime. That's trippier. I thought it was gonna be daytime. Nighttime, daytime. Okay, I literally can't pick up any of this stuff. That's good.
We'll find you.
Fuck's sake.
Bum, 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 bum. I don't really like this. It's too melee. So we just need to take out this enemy. I have regrets.
Don't let her escape!
I thought that they were melee. Oh, there is a fourth. I see. Can you cheese here? Can you do the cheese? The robustness of the sound is actually throwing me off sometimes. Hi, Av. Thank you for 2 years. I also do need to remember it's grounded. Ooh, you get healing from like stealth kills as well. It's not just meleeing. Oh shit, you're up there! I was like, where the fuck is this enemy?
Nearby.
Cool. Come here. Can I cheese? No! Understandable.
That way! It came from that way!
It's fucking intense, man.
Release them now!
Like the fact that they just start like full on hunting you. Pretty terrifying. Who is this guy? Who is this Spider-Man up there?
You won't escape!
Bum 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 bum. Oh, I don't like being over here though at all.
There she is!
Nah. This is getting kind of terrifying.
Filthy wolf! Joshua!
GG! Loot! Loot! Don't forget to loot! Loot! Ooh! 3 shotgun shells. Acceptable. Just like that kind of fighting, like it does make me super anxious because it is horde mode-esque. It works for me because like this is the game I know, but oh my goodness, normally I hate this kind of stuff. Because I just get so scared. I don't know. SA. Are we building another Sab? Lev! Gain 50 health from melee kills and attacks in one encounter. Skin vintage Naughty Dog. Cool. Wolf weapon skins. Very cool. Bum 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 dum. Epic gun skins.
Progress.
So we got an absolute ton of money from that. I have a new upgrade branch. So we do have health there. I like this heal on melee hit. I think I would want to go like it's increased health and then endure afterwards. What we got here? Hunting pistol. Yeah. It's like hunting pistol plus shotgun. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I don't take hunting pistol. I am ungrounded, yeah. Ooh, incendiary shotgun ammo. That's weird that she can craft trap mines. That's weird. I may not even use those until theater, if we get there. Theater is very far away. I'm gonna buy a couple med kits. I think I'll leave it there. And what do we got for upgrades? I don't know. Reload speed maybe on the shotgun? Yeah, sure. Hope having fun. You're getting slammed with work today. I am having a lot of fun. Yeah, this is great. Like, I don't think I'm ever really gonna use the scope or the accuracy. Hunting pistol's gonna one-shot most things. The fact that we literally have one hunting pistol bullet, I think is fairly indicative of how good it is. I did do one lost level, yes, the first one. I'm gonna do the second one tomorrow and then the third one on Sunday. Alright, we're going to Jackson. So, assault WLF. Decrease enemy health, which is nice. Alright. Can we get through another grounded encounter? Oh. Dogs. Abby fighting dogs. Weird. Ooh,
Behind the cars!
Uh-uh. Oh my god. Okay. There's 5 enemies. Jesus Christ. Oh shit. No thank you.
Shit!
Oh my god, a pipe bomb. Okay. No, this is fine. Jesus Christ. Where are you going? Oh my god. Oh my god! Holy shit.
You'd better start running! Alright, where are you? What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, Nuggets. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that location. The amount of flanking that just fucking happened. she says, going literally right back to it. Oh my god. But they're gonna just come from behind, right, and see me?
Don't try anything.
Snake. Ready or not.
Shut up.
What the?
Nothing?
It's Alan!
What? What?
He's fucking dead! Fan out,
Alan!
people, go! Find her and bring her
Alan! Alan! Al!
down! Hey.
Hear that? We got her! Right there!
I don't like this.
Go around!
Don't go around. No!
Kathy! Push forward! Got it!
I missed.
Woo!
Oh my god, that animation. Oh, no, no, no. Can't believe you killed Alan Wake. Okay, I need to stop
I'll
being
find
in
you.
these cars. These cars are bad.
Fuck.
Oh my god. I'm so out in the open. Panic. Wish I'd picked up that brick. I see one. Maybe this is okay?
Right here! Fan out! Don't let her escape!
Whoa. No, dog. Don't do it, dog. I said don't do it, dog. My God. Holy shit. What was that? That's new. Sheesh. I'm gonna need.
Does anyone see her?
I'm gonna need a second to
This
process
area's
that.
clear.
New content, I feel like we're getting far more vocal than a story play. Yeah, this isn't the no return mode. Yeah, that's such a cool new animation. That's awesome. Yeah, Abby never fought dogs. Please no one clip that for Polly. Please clip that for me.
She got our dog!
She got
Find
our
where she's hiding.
dog.
There! Move on!
Two of them. You flanking? What are you doing? I was hoping to get one of them before the other showed up. Loot. I know you're excited, but loot. But loot. Bottle. Nice. Give me it. Give me this shit. Ooh. Very cool. Sounds good, Cammy. B. We are spelling Sab again. All right. Bomber Abby. Upgrade 3 melee weapons in 1 run. I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. B for bones in dogs' necks that were snapped. Oh my god. You clipped it. Thank you, Rolo. I do say this a decent amount, but please clip stuff. If you see something that's funny, taking a clip of it helps me spread that content to other people. Ooh, I can just buy hunting pistol ammo. Pipe bombs. Hello, pipe bombs. Hello, pipe bombs, my old friend. I've come to throw you at enemies again. What are our options? Ooh, we have a companion. We can go with Manny and Hillcrest houses. So weird. Probably do this with Manny. I think I'm gonna buy pipe bombs. I buy 2 hunting pistol ammo for 3? Yeah, I'll do that. Heavy left Kim gasping. Perfect. B for blood for the blood god. I don't know. I just don't like care about any of these upgrades. Kind of saving it just in case I do get a weapon I want to upgrade. I don't know. In doubt, go to bank. That's not an option. All right. Manny and me in Hillcrest houses. Let's do this. Ilky is very consistent. Oh, the fog. Trippy, trippy, trippy. Can't go in there. Freaking out. Oh my god, the fog is spooky. I want to return home. God, this is spooky. my god. The murdering of dogs that is happening.
Mila, cut them off!
Manny, purely decorative. Just kidding.
Move up! You got it!
Bum, 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 bum.
I know you're out there!
Where you going, Manny? What you doing?
Now where'd you go?
Now where'd you go? It's the thick fog, guys.
Got you now!
I can't. Oh, the second time he jumped through the window. Oh, nice. We got this to spawn right here. She's full on shotgun ammo. I mean, I feel no real need to go anywhere else. This is my home. I shall defend it.
Oh shit! Crest, push in!
Boom. Da-da-da-da-da. Fun with windows. Amazing. 4 more enemies. Sorry, that window is under construction.
Son
Look
of a
alive.
bitch!
What you guys doing?
Keep it up! Got it!
Bottom, bottom, bottom. No, Manny, this is my spot, though. What the fuck? This is fun.
Okay.
No, it's too far. I don't want to leave my home. I live here. This is where I'm safe. Yes, this is Hillcrest. Six enemies. That's a lot. Oh, he's going back. Four more enemies. Woo! Let's go, Manny. Where are you going? Bum, 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 bum. Evie! Emma?
Keep her down!
I really don't think that strat's working, guys. Really don't think it's working. I was born in Hillcrest. I was raised in it.
Must be around somewhere.
Delicious.
Holy shit.
All right, nothing new. Work, Manny, or something. That's all blocked off. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, all right, we went Saba. Saba. It's like we're not terribly fast. Completing an encounter in under 3 minutes gives a perfect score of 100 and decreases by 1 point for every 5 seconds beyond that. Ah, I see. I see, I see. Bum 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 bum. It's like I genuinely feel like because I have spent so much time managing enemies in that Hillcrest house, like unfair advantage. Okay, I probably just want to endure. Aim stability increase. Yeah, Jeevan, I'm sorry. That's not the tree I want. Crossbow. It's like... Where are we going next? Logging camp. Hunted. Logging camp was scary. I'm actually pretty terrified for logging camp. I can't really think of a good place to like hold out in logging camp. Like we almost died there on moderate. Enemies drop bombs on death? What? That's rude of them. My fighting style is literally melee. I might re-roll this. Okay, cool. Buy another pipe bomb. Oh, you can buy supplements. That's cool. I'm gonna buy the machete. I mean, getting to put down trap mines isn't the worst. Let's see if I regret this. Hunting pistol is a one-shot. All you need to do is freaking kill him. It's like they flank so fast, like they move so quickly, but I'm scared to like scope stuff. I'll just upgrade stability. I'm scared of this bomb thing. I feel like I'm gonna blow myself up on an enemy corpse. Craft a med kit if we can. So upgrade this. And momentum, I guess. Might as well. I guess I could have gotten the pipe actually and upgraded it, but I think technically the machete will have more hits. Yeah, the machete will have more hits. Technically. Okay, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Where am I? Oh, they can't get in there. That's a big deal.
We're being attacked!
Good luck.
Get down!
This is explosion land. But that trap mine hasn't gone off yet. Okay. Now it has. Oh my god, you didn't die? That's illegal. We missed. Yep. No, keep reloading. No, that was good.
It's only a matter of time! Oh, shit!
I'm scared. There's so many enemies. Also, this lady just lives there. Can I get a lock on her? I can.
Look out!
Presents! Let's go. Let's go. Went through a ton of resources. Hopefully can buy our way back into a good position for the next part. It's like the humans are the scariest freaking part on Grounded. Cause like they can just shoot you. What do you do when they shoot you? What's your option? Sabab. Mods tier 4. They should have called it camping trip instead of no return. It's very intense. Ugh. Okay. I mean, we'll take what we can. Hold breath. That's definitely a mechanic I will use. Yep. Yep. We can get the semi-auto. That feels like a big deal. The only thing is you don't have a holster. I think I'd rather just have the shotgun out. Yeah, I'd rather just... Well, I still have my machete because I barely even used it. Ooh, pipe bomb recipe. That's big. Let's get this. Well, hopefully I will get some surprise to actually craft one. Guess I could have checked first. I mean, I don't really like crab mines. What else am I gonna fucking spend money on here? It's like I don't, because it's gonna be an infected encounter, so trap mines feel weird because they feel weird. True story. Well, let's just spend all of our stuff, I guess. Who cares? We'll just max out our hunting pistol, because why not? Shotgun stability for the memes. I mean, well, you can get both. We can get both. Easy. Okay. This is gonna be interesting because it's gonna be like the arena you normally fight Ellie in, but with infected. Part of me is like, if you fight little shit immediately, like I'd want to have incendiary shells on first to set it on fire. I mean, what am I gonna spend this money on? I'll buy them just because there's no reason not to. Yeah, I have full durability on my machete still. This little shit is on fire. Okay, here we go. Theater fight. Oh, we're with Lev? That's fun. That's fun. I like that.
Oh no. What do we do now?
Came back running for the boss fight. This is something. Get out. There's clicker. Yeah, those are stalkers over there. This is fine. Oh shit, there's more spawning in. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Come on!
Oh my god! Jesus fuck! Oh shit. Love! Love my love! Love my love! I don't have any, anything? I need bullets, please. Oh, right. I have another gun. Nope. Let's go! Holy fuck! Oh my god. That was ridiculous. Ooh, I'm freaking out. Ugh. Jeez. Jeez. Only minor amounts of panic. Only just a little bit of panic. It's still good. It's still good. Cool. Finished a grounded run. First grounded run.